So it's a welcome to video 105 in our wonderful lockdown time yet again. Here we go. So Pilates lockdown at the Pilates studio. Enjoy being with me in this place and we'll keep each other going till I don't know when. Let us know if you're in the room before I decide to go to the other side of the camera to try and capture what's going on. I can see there are 4 people. Hi, Susan. And wonderful. So it's telling me to share. Everything changes, doesn't it? Hi, Patricia. Hello, Susan. Come in, everybody. Who else is there? Diane, hello. Yay. I was thinking about where you were on Friday, Diane. People, get yourselves into the room. Hello, Lindsay. We will do a really quite powerful leg workout to start with, and then we'll take that into a press pause moment where I'll switch off the videoing equipment, and within 5 minutes, we'll be back in doing a Pilates core. I promise that this workout will only take the best part of 40 minutes in total, probably 45 with these slight pause. Good morning, Ken. Our faithful few, here we go again. Yes, Lindsay, here we go again. The best thing we can do is have a smile and hopefully that'll keep us all going. It's a couple more minutes before I'll get you actually moving. I am using the glute band, so if you have one, by all means use it. If you don't, morning Lorna, if you don't, then don't use one. If you're new to Pilates Live with us, because you joined us in the last block, then take it easy. There may be some slightly easier videos than this, but whichever way, stay safe. Hello, Kay. Great to see you too. So let's see who else is wandering in. Another couple of minutes. Good morning, Thomas. The boss is in the room. And so I'm saying it again, we'll start standing and it'll be quite a significant pace. Morning, Margaret. If you don't like the pace, you slow it right down. Don't work with pain or discomfort apart from the feeling of muscles working quite hard. You've got your glute band ready. You're ready to roll. And I'm going to get in front of this camera. Are we ready? If you're starting standing, it's going to be quite a pace. I'll play around on these mats to give you the best version of the view. But whichever way, we'll be doing our squat and our stand and our squat and our stand. This is the pace. Obviously, I haven't talked you through the basic principles because I'm assuming that you're kind of in there and ready and waiting. The inhaling and the breath out. Inhaling, finding your heels. I use the band to get a little bit more expansion going from my side bottom, not from my knees. The band, when used appropriately, will take you to the outsides of your feet. Remember what I said? If you'd rather slow it down, then slow it down. If you've got this pace, if you've already walked the dog and you've been up and down the stairs and you're not nursing any kind of lower back issue or knee issue, then feel free to move your body like so. Obviously we're in winter, nearly, not quite, but the weather doesn't feel very warm, does it? Therefore we need to create a deeper heat. If you were in the studio, you'd be doing your footworks on the reformer and we're keeping the breath going. You're trying to lose tension in the wrong places. That is the knee, the neck. Keep this movement going then as you go down and up. The next time I go down, I'm going to stay down. All right. Making sure that in the downwards phase, I haven't got anything going inadvertently into the knees or the lower back. So I recheck my form for knees back to my heels. And then we add this springy moment, along with some banging from next door, the industrial unit as well. Obviously I'm surrounded by construction, so they're certainly here. Now that you're doing this springy moment, it's the heels, inhaling, exhaling, the sense of there being a spring from your heel to your bottom. You're not allowing your arches to suddenly collapse in, so you're maintaining ankle stabilization and you're keeping the breathing muscles totally activated rather than experiencing simply legs. Okay, people, and we're going to go all the way up into the squat again, and down we go, up we come. I'm moving my hands to cross the chest to encourage the body not to drop the chest like the eagle version of life. The chin's drawn in, my elbows point in the direction of my hip bones. And the inhaling and exhaling, if I wasn't talking, would be very dominant. You'll find that the angling of the hip, hinging, without losing neutral. Core hollowing the abdominal area will give you the best way of getting everything mobilised, ready for some of you to sit at the desk for the rest of the day. Hello Jenny, hello Tom. Hopefully this will get everything moving in such a way that you'll feel more comfortable at the workstation. Go down and stay then. Your final moment of the spring response. Remember, your muscles were designed to be a whole lot more springy than what tends to go into getting old. You tend to become a little bit more brittle and less agile. But the breathing hydrates, mobilises, and awakens muscle fibres become more responsive. Do several more inhaling, exhaling. Feel everything soften in the kind of neck, upper spine, because this is all working. And then stabilise and stay still. Ready for rolling down. Keep the hands on your thighs. Breathe in. Breathing out. Chin to throat. Breathe in. Then breathing out, bend your rib cage part of the spine. Don't go so low if you're someone who tends to be flat back and already tucked under. That would be Tom, and that would be Diane. I'm now doing the massage of the hamstring stretch. So you people that are more brittle in the lower back and struggle, you may want to have your hands on your thighs, making sure that the bend of your spine doesn't happen all the way down here, the lower back, but keeping it in the rib cage part. The massaging of pushing through my heels and stretching my knees behind me without my bottom tucking under gives me a true hamstring stretch. And again, it's back to the spring connection from heel to sit bones. All right, I'm going to stay to come back up then, hands on the thighs or the floor, depending on how mobile you work. Rotation rolling through the pelvic part of the spine, and you're upright. Next positioning then, you're going to go wide squat and tap. So wide and tap. Hinge, tap, hinge, tap. The stretching of the thigh against the band will take you out, and then you'll pull back up. So as you pull your heel into the ground and push away, you're taking yourself into a squat, out of a squat. The abductor, not the knees, but the side bottom, now very much aware of what's going on. Keep this going. Inhaling as you lower, exhaling as you lift. Remember, you can go slowly. If you need to learn to place your foot, you always reach with the outside of the foot. The other thing is, don't poke your chin forwards. If you don't align the neck, you end up with the rib cage not aligned either. In other words, you poke it forwards, end up using your lower back. The other notice is that you stay along a line. So I'm using the line at the edge of the mat to know that my step to the side and squat is accurate. We've got two more, one more, and stay. I'm comfortably wide. Yes, I can feel my side bottom. Just as you did for the narrow squat, you now do this for the wide squat. You're staying, doing a kind of technical check out, keeping the shoulder blades drawn towards each other, making sure your lower back hasn't tucked under, so you're very much a hinge joint, honouring a true neutral lumbar area, and hamstrings and abductors know that they're there. Stay. Breathe in. Breathing out then. Forward bend with the belly pulling into the spine. And find yourself either to the floor or keep yourself on your thighs. Back into that stretch. This is different again because there's a moderate amount of turnout and there's more space for the hamstring to lengthen. You do need to keep your heels into the ground, have both knees stretching out at the same time. Keep this fit for your body. Again, the sway back, the flat back, your instinct is to always tuck under, and that's what's not required here. Okay, to come back up with pelvic tilt, and you roll your spine up. Final episode here though is your single leg. Now I can't tell you, although I have done prep as well, my standing glute hamstring really knows it's part of my body. I sit back into it and push up. We did something similar on Friday, but without the band, and people going, oh, could I use the glute band? And I'm thinking, well, of course we're going to use the glute band. The ideal was to start getting great technique without, and then really push into development using the band and the breath. 2 more. 1 more, and you the other side. So we go up. Now I immediately realise the weakness. You could remember, you could use something to support. I've had to reduce for this side. Now it's possibly because this side is already fatigued, and therefore the pushing against the band requires both abductors to work. So both sides are fatiguing. As long as your deep connection is travelling all the way down the sides of the thighs, nowhere near your spine or your sacroiliac joint. 1 more, then you're doing amazing. Okay, people, into your all fours. In the hands and knees position, this is simply the strength of the trunk stability. Remember, video part 1 is strength legs. So breathing in, or power should I say. Breathe out. Check you've maintained a flat but not tucked under bottom. A spine that's lengthened. And band connection to the thighs. Pressing the ground away, my fingers are wide open. If you need to readjust anything, do. My armpits stay connected. I'm pressing both against the band, sideways, the ground with feet and hands. Pushing away, keep the chin nodded in. Breathing. Try and get another 4. And 3. It's fun. 2. And 1. And allow that to go. A moment to stretch out. So I haven't let my knees come close together. I've just bent my elbows and folded back at the knee and hip. With your next breath out, slide the hands to the thighs and you're ready for your thigh stretch. Find your hip bones, so pop your fingertips on your hip bone, check down at your thigh bones, making sure they're parallel. Collarbones are wide open as you lean and return. The pelvis is neutral. Again, the kind of lowering phase must come through the quadricep. And you know that you have to have your feet flat like this when we do this. If you're able to, without referral pain, because you have a good kind of knee stability, you can actually have your feet so that they're flexed. Remember on the reformer, we would tend to have our feet against the shoulder pads. The backwards lean and return, you still keep your chin in, you stare at a point straight ahead. I can see a ballet bar because I've got one point there. That gives me a visual symmetry, allowing the brain to work with what it can see. The backwards lean is as far as you can take it with no change of emphasis going from the quad to the lower back. It mustn't go into the lower back. And it's not that you necessarily bum squeeze, people. You draw your pelvic floor up. You find your oblique abdominal area as you backwards lean. 1 more and return. This is going to set us up for our standing work again, so we can get some lunges into your body. I will use a bar. You can use a chair. You're going to stand back. We'll do one leg, one side should I say first. Find where you want to be. So in the movement of the reverse lunge, I want to be front knee over the ankle, back leg, enough to take me down to hinge and return back. I'm looking for around 10 with great technique. If you look at something on the wall, trace it as though it's a line down the wall and return back. Tracing down and back. Hinge and return. Lowering and lifting. Sit into your front leg as you take the load into the bum, the glutes, and then the back leg, keeping a heel to the sky. On this next one, you're going to stay back, find the place, or I could almost say where you'd rather not be. And now the upper body, lower body lined up. So you're going down. My range with the band on, I can tell you I'm already feeling the quad. The experience here is your thighs. They want to lower. Remember the spring element that I talked about. There's no rotation, you're springy. The quadricep, again, something that tends to shorten over the knee and over the hip. You're inviting it to become a little bit more bouncy so that we become more like our younger selves. 4, 3, 2, that was killing me. I don't mind admitting that. Reach the leg back, check for symmetry, and we go back and forward. Your first sequence is the reversing backwards into the lunge and the pulling forwards, looking to maintain the right joint angles. Symmetry left to right, hinging at the hip, keeping neutral spine, resisting rotation, which is what your obliques do, that's your abdomen. Doesn't matter whether the breath in or out is whichever way round, it does matter that you breathe efficiently to connect your core. Lowering and lifting, down to stay. Sit yourself into a great position. Pelvic shape is level as you lower and lift. So here you've got thighs parallel. Everything's lined up from shoulders over the pelvis, and your back knee lowering down, your front knee refusing to go forwards, and nothing trying to twist. Going for 4, everything's level. 3, straight down my quad, muscles that make a stronger knee, and up that comes. Okay people, we're going to finish off this segment to make sure you're not late for your workplace with an abdominal connect. Lie on your back, breathing deeply in and out. Create a complete imprint of the lumbar area, so you've got this sense of knowing exactly where your pelvis is. Use your curl up, shrink the tum, and pull both legs up. You don't need to use the glute band at this point. As you start to breathe, a warm up into the abdominal area and the spine. Breathing in and out, in and out. Now inhale, roll down. Exhale, up you roll. Breathing in, down you'll go. Breathing out, up. Remember, if you're tight in the neck, weak, stiff in the upper spine, which means rolling is something you really struggle with, then you'll lower yourself down, holding back the thighs. Roll up on the breathing out. Remember, following the breath. We're going to stay now and do what we call footworks. Feet are flex. Imagine you're on the reformer. Exhale, push the legs, point the toes and straighten. Breathe in and come back down. You can do this with your head down. Your legs wouldn't go as low because you'd find it hard to keep your imprint. If you can curl, extend. Inhale, flex the ankle and bend. Exhale, curl, extend, breathe in, flex, and back down. If you want to curl up and down and put the hands behind the head, you can. So it's parallel, working, everything lined, exhaling and inhaling. Go to turn out, have a moment, stay in turn out, check your level. Breathe out, curl, pull your elbows in and push the legs away. Check for symmetry. Flexing, ankle, knee, hip, extending. Inhale, opening the hips, drawing those thighs, the heels back and extending. You can, remember, hold the back of the thighs. If you're someone that once you get a connection with the hands to the thighs, creates a better oblique and an imprint, then do that. If you're someone whose neck is so stressy, you'll have to keep the hands behind the head. All right, people, that was your parallel and you turn out. We're going back to parallel with the legs lifted up. Legs are up in the air, imprint of the lumbar spine. Breathe out, curl, and lower those legs away. Breathe in, pointing the toes, pull them back, then flex. Exhaling, curl. Lower the legs away to where you can go, maintaining true imprint. Pull the legs back again, inhaling, and head down. Exhaling, following the breath, adding the legs, returning, keeping the trunk, abdomen connection, and back. We have one more. Lowering the legs, following the breathing, and the spine, and you're into turn out. Exhale, curl. Point the toes as you lower those legs away, pull the pubis to the nose, check for symmetry, and back down you go. Remember, when you roll, only roll to the base of the scapula. Don't overly roll, you benders that want to come up all the way in towards your lower back as a rocking chair. Exhaling, pointing those legs away, pulling the hip bones back, pelvic floor, and returning back. This is your last one. Breath out, and reach those legs. Inhale, pull those legs back, and return back in. Final exercise here is single leg. Just to alternate so that you're waking up the hamstring and glutes, a connection against the band. My aim is that at the end of this workout, if all you can do is this one, you go into your work day feeling the difference with a new symmetry and a deeper heat. Once more each side, holding the knee, extending the leg, returning back. Hold the knee, it helps you keep your flexion. Extend the leg, return back, and pull your knees into your chest and rock through the back of the pelvis. Okay, people, we're going to press pause. That was a 20-minute moment, and the next 20-minute moment will be in the next 5 minutes, okay? The next part of your workout will be Pilates core. If you're doing it later today or in the next few moments, that's great. All you need is the head cushion for under the head. If you're using a glute band, carry on with the glute band. Get a drink of water, take a moment. I'll see you soon.